A lot of students struggle with these proportions because they don't really understand the relationships and what's going on anyway. And so what we don't want the students doing is pushing numbers. And I call pushing numbers is just going in and reacting to the numbers that they have instead of understanding the relationships that are found here. So this is 60 over 125 is equal to x over 100. So this tells us that we have 125 of something and we want 60 of the 125, and we're trying to figure out what percent that is. So this is how a lot of kids would do this problem, is by multiplying 60 and 100. So multiplying that and then dividing by 125. So 60 times 100 and then divide by 125, and that's going to give them the x. So that ends up being 6,000 divided by 125. They do the long division. 6,000 divided by 125. 4, 500. And they get 48. So x is going to be equal to 48. So what I am saying is that students can still do these types of problems and understand the relationships behind it and the relationships behind those fractions, and that will help them to work smart. And so when they're working smart, they're using less brain power. They will make fewer mistakes and understand their answers a lot better and understand really if they even make sense when they get their solutions. So the way I always teach students is to first understand what you have. And if they can simplify, simplifying should be the very first step because it makes their numerators and denominators smaller. It makes those values smaller so that they can see those relationships easier. And when they see those relationships easier, then they're able to apply those relationships easier. That's what we want. We want them confident and understand what they're doing. So we know that because this is 60 and 125, and knowing those divisibility rules, the easiest rules for kids to understand are the tens and fives, is that they can divide both of these by 5, the numerator and denominator by 5, which means they're simplifying by 5/5. And so they end up with 12 25ths. And instead of using the 60 over 125, they're going to use that equivalent value and support and substitute in there 12 25ths and find the percent there because it's an equivalent value. The numbers are smaller, easier, so the kids can see the relationships easier. So then we multiply times 4 by 4/4, and we still get x is equal to 48. This is a strategy that students need to be able to use and know when they can use it to help with working smarter. This is my go-to for all students. I hope this helps.